Here's a look at drone footage over Houston. This shows the damage, some of the damage that's been done by this storm. Really amazing. We got this with permission to show you, and it just goes, the flooding in one level or another goes on for more than 300 miles. Even as the rain lets up there, forecasters are warning that life-threatening flooding should persist for days to come. Our Rick Leventhal is live in Vinton, Louisiana, about 30 miles north of where Tropical Storm Harvey made that third landfall early this morning. Rick, how are things?
Shep, we're on I-10, just on the east side of the Texas border. This is obviously a major east-west interstate, cuts from Florida all the way to California, and the main east-west interstate across the state of Louisiana and into Texas. And this is where the Cajun Navy this is the road the Cajun Navy is using to get into Texas from Louisiana, and where first responders and members of the police departments and other rescue operations are using the highway to get in. Important to note, Shepard, this highway is closed to the public at exit 4 as you approach the Texas border in Louisiana. So the highway's closed, the state police are there, the troopers are stopping people from coming this way unless they have a reason to go for rescues. And the rescues are happening in that direction. On the other side of the bridge, which I'm not sure you can see in this rain, about a mile down that road, that's where the Louisiana-Texas border is, and that's where all these folks are headed to effect rescues. Just a short time ago, minutes ago, there were at least 40 officers from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Agency who came up from all across the state of Florida to stage here in this truck weigh station along the side of I-10. They were here for maybe 20, 30 minutes waiting for orders, and then they moved out in a couple of separate convoys across the highway, headed westbound into Texas. A couple of the guys told us they weren't sure where they were headed, but they knew there was a need for them and their flat-bottom boats and their airboats to go in and pull people out of homes. We've also seen, Shepard, as we watch a tractor-trailer pulling a couple of trucks out of here, we've seen buses, transport buses with police escorts coming from Texas into Louisiana, and we've been told that evacuees are being brought to this state. The governor yesterday told me that they were welcoming thousands of evacuees from Texas into Louisiana because Texas had been such a good neighbor to Louisiana. Louisiana wanted to be a good neighbor back. So they're welcoming refugees. There's a possibility that they will be airlifting rescued people, possibly to this weigh station, possibly to another landing zone not far from our location. So they may be flying people here for shelter, but they're certainly driving them out, and I think you can see buses. There's a school bus headed this way, and these vehicles, most of them have their flashers on. They were told to stay in the right lane because the other lane could be used for contraflow. Those Calcasieu Parish school buses headed into Texas, Shepard, presumably to pick up evacuees and drive them back into Louisiana. Shep.
Wow, an incredible effort out there. Rick Leventhal on a rainy day on Interstate 10, just right along the Louisiana-Tennessee border in Vinton, Louisiana.